Who am I forgetting? Kip Leah. Let's see, that's 9. No, that's 8 more to go, Leah. Leah said, so I started doing Tip Leah 20 times, and then I found out it aggravated her, so I told her tonight I would only do it 11 times. So that means I only have 7 more times to go to say that, for you to hear that. My name is Mark Durfee. I am a poet. And we have a wide variety of musicians and poets tonight. And we're going to get started. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm supposed to start. I'm also supposed to come prepared to the microphone. Let that be a lesson to you. Come prepared to the microphone. Now see how I waited till the noise stopped? Isn't that cool? That's leading by example. Okay. Has he already this way come? That's what I wrote this morning. I don't know why I wrote it, other than when I looked to the east, the sky was very dark, and that's over the Lake St. Clair there. Looking to the sky over the lake where the darkness dwells, for there is no light to blind it. I wonder about the man who walked upon the water there, and wonder will he come to this part of the forest place to call the taller trees, that some of us smaller ones might grab a bit more light than shade. I have thoughts that the lumberman has already been here many centuries past, ere the sunlight was born here. I get tired of the shade and sound of needles falling from the tall to pierce the small, so low to the ground, then lie silently making a carpet for the foot of man to walk upon, to hunt other men in silent stealth with bowstring drawn, ready to fire at whatever moves in affront to the health of the wealth for the salvation of the already big enough. Cause the day to chase the night, make for the living to look upon the dying or the dead, and see what the water could have been done, what may have been saved had he not already this way come. We fight for what? A sip of water, a drop of oil, a grain of meal grown from yet fertile soil, and the goodness of this is to be found in where? In what? Hasn't it been said, it'd be better to starve and be counted as dead rather than among the tallest of the tall? For them who are very tall owe so much more than length to the one who created it all. Yeah, I know, I was getting all holy and stuff on that. Ah, yes. My Thanksgiving Day poem. Thanksgiving fell on the 25th this year, which is why this is appropriately titled 1 Month Out. Give nothing new to me except that one thing you can but reach into your heart to bring. Every other good or gift I need is right here somewhere, not far off, pretty near at hand as was meant to be. We enter the season of snow and cold, anticipation and the new and the old, days of ability to think of the others. How do we get them sheltered under cover? The wind is in the treetops and the shadow man can't decide if it's cold or hot. He stands just inside his door looking at me thinking I don't see. He is wondering whether his raving needs less volatility or more. There are now many more forgotten than just the usual few 100,000. Give me nothing new except a friend or two to warm me on that cold night steam grate, maybe a morsel to eat, a bite, a bit to chew, and warm socks for my never dry enough feet. We all have something, some too much. Even the shopping cart pushers, full of their world's worth of stuff, have a bit to offer them who walk all day, showing us their way to soup kitchen dinners, where you will hear the answer to every prayer of grace prayed is, just let me have enough for today. Okay, thank you very much. And first up is Mike. Let's hear it for Mike, everybody. Hello? Oh God, that's loud.
I can turn it down if you want. Or you don't like to use it, but you don't.
Oh, this is fine. Anyhow, this has been an extremely rough week. I should have been here. I was trying to be here last Saturday, but this first poem, I'm sorry, was written in 1992 when I first got married. This year has seen my wife ask for a divorce. We got legally separated July 28th, and I went over there to check on her because her youngest stepson hadn't been able to get a hold of her all day. And the police were already there, and I guess they found her dead on the bathroom floor. I never really thought that I was going to read this poem again, but this is called a love poem for Linnea Lee Stenberg. When she died, her name was Linnea Lee Stady again, but beginning of 1992, that's what her name was. So, you asked me why I love you, Lynn. Your low self-esteem must be acting up again. I can't tell you all the reasons. You know, we want to save the forest, but here are a few. I love singing with you, sitting on the living room couch as we listen to the oldies station. We may not be all that harmonious with record contracts looming on the horizon, but it makes me feel at peace. I spend my time with a smile on my face. I love listening to your snoring. Granted, at times it sounds like the rocks off Gibraltar. Sorry, just kidding. I'm completely convinced that the rise and fall rhythm really puts me to sleep. It sounds so relaxing. I love the look on your face when I bring home... Snap, crackle, hot, brace, cookie. The 9 Mile and Mac. Oh, I'm sorry, the commercials are over, I'm sorry. I love listening to your snoring. Granted, at times it sounds like the waves off Gibraltar. Sorry, just kidding. I'm completely convinced that the rise and fall rhythm really puts me to sleep. It sounds so relaxing. I love the look on your face when I bring home flowers. Your mouth drops open as if in total surprise. And then a smile steals across your mouth and eyes. It makes me feel so good. I love engaging in an elementary lip lock with you, dear. Special thanks must be given to your Uncle Dick and my niece Melanie for banging their fucking glasses constantly throughout our entire wedding dinner. I'd have looked rather silly banging my own glass to reap the rewards. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed that part of the ceremony. Listen, Lynn, I'm going to leave the list at that for now, especially with the environmental conference to be occurring in Brazil. Now is not the right time to expend the paper necessary to compile an unabridged list. If you want reasons, there are a few. Linnea Lee Stenberg, I love you. Now about your continual complaints concerning my alleged cover stealing. Me? Thank you. Anyhow, a whole lot of you, I mean, none of these poems were written, you know, after 1992. That was probably the earliest one. For all you folks that are probably, weren't even born at that time most of these things were written, I really feel bad for you, because at some point, we're going to figure out that all this goddamn money that we've been spending on who knows what within the government, you folks are going to have to pay for it. And I really feel bad. I would be dead by the time this shit hits the fan. This is called Omelet. It was written in 1990. B2 or not B2? That is the question. Whether it is nobler to spend billions and billions and billions of dollars on bat-like bombers, which may or may not evade Russian distant radar in the less than inevitable eventuality of World War III, or whether instead we should take arms against the sea of troubles confronting the country today. Be two or not be two? That is such a fucking stupid question. Thank you. Let me see how my memory's working. This is called Serial Killer. You know, the real fault lies with shredded wheat. It's as much fun to destroy as it is to eat. Every day I'd have 16 bowls. I mean, that shit was rock and roll. I loved the sound of the crunch or snap. But then I guess it was bound to happen. I needed more. I headed for the grocery store. I thought I had a supply on hand and everything was just grand. But I have no money, not one red cent. Ain't even eligible for unemployment. I spent too much time with my enjoyments. They were leaving me content. And now I needed more. I headed for the grocery store. Oh, I tried to act so nonchalant as I headed toward my wants. My heart was just stampeding, but the brain was calmly repeating, search and destroy, search and destroy. I hauled up my toy. I'm ready for war at the grocery store. Got me an Uzi through the mail, rigged it up. It won't fail to fire automatically. The brain is screaming loudly, search and destroy, search and destroy. And I hear the Uzi roar at the grocery store. The Uzi does its death dance for helpless boxes of Raisin Bran. Tricks and kicks and Apple Jacks fail to flee the furious attack. I guess they're going to have to change their name. It's more like Sugar Frost and fucking Flames. I'm groveling on the floor of the grocery store. As flames shoot high from every shelf, I'm reaching in. I'm helping myself. I'm trying other brands. I'm really impressed. There really is a total difference. But the real fault lies with shredded wheat. As much fun to destroy as it is to eat. Thank you. Hey. This is for us old farts. I'm even older than Mark if such a thing as popping possible. This is called The Evolution of Revolution. The local scandal sheet remembers. Look up anniversaries. Pages 5 and 6, section D. The weathermen had called a council, planning states of war, in amongst the GM smokestacks many years ago. They were creations of the Nixon years, and a place called Vietnam. They lived underneath the shroud of the bomb. The speakers had come prepared with pictures of dead militants, recently gunned down by the police, and they had a speaker there glorifying Charlie Manson with a three-fingered sign that must have meant peace, and fuck you at the same time. It was all the purpose. The middle class, that sleeping dog, must be awakened, must be outraged, must be made aware of its plight. Pepper must be added to the melting pot. The War Council ran its course. The leaders all went underground. They exposed the liars and crooks. To lie and low, they wrote their books. Now they'll appear on the center silver screen and be on the cover of Time magazine. They now live in the house on the hill. Heck, they laugh about the revolution still. The rest stumble into the melting pot. Could sink, or swim, or run aground. Sometimes they look up, see somebody else shaking the pepper. They smile and appreciate the slightly different flavor in the melting pot. This may leave a bitter taste at times, but there's enough beer to go around. Oh yeah. When you climbed up from the underground, just don't look down. Who says you can't have it all? Who says you have to be straight and rock and roll? And for your entertainment enjoyment, coming soon to a theater near you, political beliefs provide backdrop for an evening of entertainment. Leary and Whittier in the limelight as part of the traveling great debate. Their viewpoints differ radically, but they get along just happily as they continue traveling and counting up the gate receipts. Thank you.